Did you ever wonder why keyboardists never lock their doors? Because they're always afraid someone might leave a piano inside. Now that we've set a lighthearted tone, let's get down to the symphony of this video. We're going to delve into some of the most amusing, bewitching, and downright bizarre facts about music. From the Mozart effect to the Beatles' secret language, there's a lot to unpack. So buckle up and prepare to have your mind blown by the power of music. Have you heard of the Mozart effect? No, it's not when you start wearing powdered wigs and composing symphonies. Instead, it's a fascinating phenomenon that's been the subject of countless studies and debates in the world of neuroscience and musicology. The Mozart effect is the idea that listening to Mozart's music, or classical music in general, can actually boost your brain power. Now, isn't that music to your ears? The theory was born in the early 90s when a group of researchers noticed that college students who listened to a Mozart sonata before taking a spatial reasoning test performed better than those who didn't. This sparked a wave of interest and led to the term the Mozart effect. But before you rush to download all of Mozart's discography, let's get something straight. While the Mozart effect might enhance cognitive abilities, it doesn't turn you into an overnight genius, nor does it magically endow you with the ability to compose a symphony. Sorry to burst your bubble, but becoming the next Mozart involves a tad more effort. The Mozart effect, despite its exciting name, is actually about short-term improvement in tasks that involve spatial temporal reasoning. This includes things like solving puzzles or planning a route on a map. It's not about suddenly understanding quantum physics or being able to recite the entire works of Shakespeare backward. And to add another layer of complexity, the effect seems to vary from person to person, and it's not entirely clear why. Some people might find that Beethoven, Bach, or even the Beatles have a similar effect. Or perhaps it's not about the music at all, but rather the relaxed, focused state it puts us in. The jury is still out on that one. So, next time you need a brain boost, just put on some Mozart. But remember, it doesn't come with a guarantee of a genius IQ. Did you know the Beatles actually had a secret language? And no, it wasn't Beatles. Imagine this, 4 lads from Liverpool, not only revolutionizing music, but also inventing their own language. Sounds like a script from a spy movie, right? Well, it's not. It's the story of the Beatles and their secret language, known as Walrus. So what exactly is Walrus? It's not a language in the conventional sense. No alphabets, no grammar, no syntax. Instead, it's a collection of cryptic phrases and words, often used in their songs. The name Walrus comes from their song, I Am the Walrus, a psychedelic masterpiece filled with nonsensical lyrics and cryptic phrases. The famous line, Goo Goo Joob, for example, is part of this secret language. The meaning? Well, that's the secret part. It's believed that much of this language was inspired by Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass, a book known for its whimsical and absurd language. The Beatles were big fans of Carroll, and his influence can be seen in their music. Now you might be thinking, great, I'll learn Walrus and impress my friends. Well, hold your horses, or should I say, hold your walruses. Walrus, as fascinating as it is, might not be the most practical language to learn. Unless, of course, you're planning on applying to be the 5th Beatle, in which case, Goo Goo Joob to you. However, if you're ever at a Beatles tribute night and someone tosses a Goo Goo Joob your way, don't panic. They're not having a stroke. They're just speaking Walrus, the secret language of the Beatles. And now you're in on the secret too. So when you next listen to a Beatles song, see if you can spot any walrus. It adds a whole new layer of fun to the experience. And who knows, you might just find yourself speaking in Walrus before you know it. Remember, if you ever hear someone talking about Goo Goo Joob, they're probably just a hardcore Beatles fan, not an alien. Ever thought about serenading your plants? Well, science says they might actually appreciate it. That's right, your houseplants might be the most appreciative and certainly the least judgmental audience you could ask for. Let's delve into the science behind this. Over the past few decades, researchers have conducted several studies on the impact of music on plant growth. One of the most famous of these was carried out in the 70s by a woman named Dorothy Rittelak. She played different types of music to different plants and observed their reactions. The results were fascinating. The plants exposed to classical music grew towards the speakers and even seemed to lean in, as if they were trying to get closer to the source of the sweet symphony. On the contrary, the plants that were subjected to hard rock music grew away from the speakers, almost like they were trying to escape the noise. Now, before you start feeling guilty about that time you played heavy metal to your fern, it's important to know that plants don't hear music the way we do. They don't have ears, after all, but they can sense the vibrations of the sound waves, and these can stimulate certain biological processes within them, like the opening of their stomata, the tiny pores on their leaves. These vibrations can also stimulate their production of certain proteins and even influence their rate of photosynthesis. So what does this mean for your shower singing? Well, if your repertoire leans more towards Mozart than Metallica, your plants might be big fans. They could be basking in the vibrations of your voice, growing stronger and healthier as a result. And who knows? Maybe your aloe vera secretly loves a bit of pop. Your cactus is a closet country fan, and your spider plant has a soft spot for smooth jazz. So next time you're watering your plants, maybe hum a little tune. Just be prepared if they start requesting their favorite songs. Did you know that music has superpowers? And no, it can't make you fly or turn invisible, but it does have some other tricks up its sleeve. Let's dive into the fascinating world of music's psychological effects. Think about the last time you were feeling blue, and then your favorite song came on. Didn't it feel like a ray of sunshine breaking through the clouds? That's because music has the power to influence our mood. It can lift us up when we're down, energize us when we're feeling sluggish, or soothe us when we're stressed. There's a science behind this magic. Music triggers the release of certain chemicals in our brain. These include dopamine, the feel-good hormone, and oxytocin, the bonding hormone. This explains why that catchy tune you can't get out of your head makes you feel so darn good, and why singing along at a concert can make you feel connected to the thousands of strangers around you. Music is not just a mood booster, it has physical health benefits too. It can lower stress levels, reduce anxiety, and even help manage pain. Now, I'm not suggesting you toss your painkillers and start humming "Here Comes the Sun," but it's a good reminder of the therapeutic power of a good tune. Ever noticed how a lullaby can send a baby off to dreamland, or how a fast-paced rock anthem can get your heart racing? That's music manipulating your body's rhythm. It can slow down or speed up your heart rate and breathing, mirroring the tempo of the song. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that surgeons often listen to music while operating? It's not just to keep them entertained. Music helps them stay focused and reduces their stress levels. So, next time you're in surgery, ask your doctor what's on their playlist. It might just be the secret to their surgical success. Remember, the next time you're feeling down, music might just be the superhero you need. So, we've learned that music can make you smarter, communicate in secret codes, entertain your plants, and even save the day. Now that's a symphony of fascinating facts right there, isn't it? Let's do a quick recap. Mozart, the prodigious maestro, wasn't just creating breathtaking music. He was also serving us a brain-boosting cocktail. Who knew? And the Beatles? They weren't just a band. They were master cryptographers, speaking in a secret language that only the truly devoted could decipher. They were the original music codebreakers. Then, plants. Yes, you heard right. Plants. They're not just sitting there photosynthesizing, they're jamming to your tunes. Your philodendron might just be the biggest music critic in your house. And let's not forget the sheer power of music. It can change moods, heal hearts, and even in some cases, save lives. Now that's a superhero we can all get behind. So, as you go about your day, remember, you're now equipped with a whole new set of party conversation starters. Just imagine the look on your friends' faces when you casually drop, "Did you know your cactus prefers Beethoven over Bach?" So there you have it, folks. Keep these fun facts in your back pocket for your next social gathering. Until next time, keep your mind open and your playlist rocking.